Oh boy, check that out. This is what I like the best about it, right here. No drill installation. So I'm gonna begin by checking my bolts, making sure they're all here. Isn't it the worst when you buy something and you open up the package and there's some pieces missing? I've had that happen. It sucks. Went over the instructions and did a bolt count. Looks like I've got everything. It says to start with these rail attachments. These are what I'm going to put onto the truck to attach the upright poles, which are these ones here. And then these ones over here are the side upper rails, and these are the cross members right here. So let's get started. Let's put these ones on first. They're going to use these hook bolts here, and they got a little foot on them, and those are just going to grab underneath the rail. That way we don't have to drill any holes into our rail. Got a left and a right. That I'm going to put one here at the back end, and I'm going to put these hooks in like so, like that, but I'm not going to tighten these down completely. I'm just going to leave them loose. I want to have the ability to move this back and forth and make my final adjustments after I have everything put together, just to make sure it all lines up right. Flat washer, lock washer, and finally the nut. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Okay, that's number 2. I have to shift this down a bit to miss this hump where the post is. I'm gonna move this down just enough to clear that, and then push this up inside. They didn't leave any room for error here. They gave the exact amount of nuts and bolts that I needed to get the job done, so I gotta be careful not to lose anything. Okay, let's go over the 4 uprights now. Now you notice on these two, they have this extra little tab here. And if you look at these ones, you see there's no tab on either end. They go closer to the cab. This tab is gonna bolt into this loop here. So make sure that when you're putting this together, that this upright with the tab goes to the back of the truck where the tailgate is, and make sure that these tie-down hooks are facing to the outside of the truck, and you should be good. Put a flat washer on first, push the bolt through like so, put another flat washer on this side, then put a lock washer on, and then put this nut. If you see that, there's a blue ring on the inside. That's called a nylon lock, and that is going to help prevent the bolt from backing off. So you want that nylon lock blue to the outside. I'm going to slide this bolt through. This hole is slotted. That way it leaves room for adjustment. What I might do is just snug this up just a little so that it stays upright. So I'm going to use the 15/16 wrench and the 15/16 socket just a little. We're gonna snug it up. Now it's gonna be a little hard to turn because of that nylon lock nut built in. Just enough so that bar stays upright on its own. And we'll do that to the bottom nut too. Let's tighten this one up just a little more. So that's a good start. So let's go put on the other side and then the two back sides. I'm at the back end of the truck here where the tailgate is. Here's the upright that has the tab on it. We want this loop to be facing to the inside of the box, and we want this tie down to the outside of the pickup box. We got such a beautiful day today to work on this truck. I think what I'm going to do is actually move these in just a bit, because I was looking at the drawing and the drawing shows that this is quite a bit of a distance in from the end. This distance will set itself once I have the crossbars along the side put in. This will then be adjusted according to that. All right, we got all four uprights in. Now we're gonna put the crossbars in. So let's figure out which one goes where. These two bars here, these are the back ones. I'm gonna put those on first. So I think we can reverse these. It doesn't matter which side this goes on. I'm gonna stick this one on this side. We'll find out if they're reversible or not. And as you can see, this little loop lines up with that tab I was telling you about. I think I'm gonna slide this whole assembly a little bit further forward so that I can take advantage of this hanging over the cab a little bit further. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick some bolts in here temporarily, stick some bolts in here, keep them all loose, and then I'm gonna slide this unit here forward. So let's put this plate in first here. Those plates are right down here. These ones come with nylon lock nuts. It's got that little blue ring there. And we're gonna snug these up. So the next thing I'm gonna do is put this bolt here into the back loop. That's these two bolts here. There's only two of them. And then I'm gonna put these in here loosely. Okay, I'm gonna stick these two bolts on this side. So far, so good. There we go. It's coming along nice. I wanted this overhang here of the rack to hang over as far as I could get it to overhang the cab of the truck. Up here is where I want to put my rooftop tent, and I want to leave the opening above the pickup truck clear so that I can pull my motorcycle in here. So to do that, to shove this all forward, I had to make an adjustment. To extend that overhang further over my cab, I had to move these back brackets forward. But the problem is, this piece is in the way. The back piece of that hits this angle here, and it prevents me from moving this further forward. I'm hoping that if I cut this bracket tab here off on one side, on both of these, it'll allow me to move this forward to center it more in the middle of this piece here. I'm gonna use my Milwaukee zip cut here. Now this is gonna be hot. And now, let's make sure we cut the right side on this one. Cut once, measure twice. Okay. I'm just using this as a vise. Let's hope this works. Otherwise, I've really messed up these brackets. And it works. Yes! Oh, I'm so happy. There, so that's just giving me that extra little distance that I needed for that rack to overhang the cab. There we go. Maximize that, give it a little bit of a tap. And let's go see how that looks. Let's close this. Close this. That gives me a couple inches more. I like that. All right, I'm happy with that. Now, it doesn't cover the back end of the pickup truck, but that's okay. I can always change that in the future if I want by disconnecting that plate there and adding a piece of pipe in between to extend that out. I kind of actually like having this back end with no rack on it. Now comes the tricky part. I've got to slide this bar onto here, and I think I can do that if I just get up onto my roof here without denting it. I think I'm gonna have to rethink this. I think I gotta put this part on before I put those 4 bolts on in that plate. So I'm gonna take this off, slide it back, and then slide this piece on. Yeah, I've watched other people's videos and I learned what not to do by watching their stuff, and it saved me lots of time. But I couldn't find a YouTube video online that showed how to install one of these racks. So now you're getting first-hand instructions, and you can learn from my mistakes. So what I'm going to do here, as you can see, I'm going to take these 2 bolts off here, right? And I'm going to take off these 2 bolts here. Then I'm going to slide this piece backwards, and I'm going to slide this on to the pipe, and then I'm going to slide this back in. These 2 holes here, they have to bolt on to these 2 holes here. So it bolts onto here, and the same with the other side. I'll have to do that as well. Okay, so let's get one side on at a time. It's a little sticky. All right, there we go. So put this bar on here like so. Voila! So there you go. Okay. All right. Let's get some bolts in here just to keep this safe, and then we'll do the other side. Who needs to watch TV when you can watch ProperBoy try and put in a rack for the first time and try and correct some of his mistakes? It's actually pretty entertaining, I would think. Okay, so the trick is here now is I gotta take this out like that, I guess, and then get this in here like that, and then I've got to bend this in far enough, right, to get that in and lift all that weight at the same time. Okay. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Then I gotta pull this in like that. And then I gotta get this one back on. That. Pull this in. Like that. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Now let's see if everything lines up. So how am I doing so far? Pretty good? I hope you guys are getting maximum entertainment value out of this. It's gonna be really gratifying when it's all together and I got my rooftop tent on and I'm out down some old dirt road or gravel road or forest road and I'm enjoying the outdoors and I got my fishing rod and I'm cooking my trout. Ah, that's the life. Okay, so we got all the bolts on this side. You know what? I might have to do that again. I forgot that there is a support bar that goes in the middle. So that's this one. Somehow, and get that right here. Oh my gosh. This has just gotten a whole lot trickier. I'm gonna do this one more time and hopefully this time I get it right. So may this be an awesome lesson to you guys that when you're putting these Erickson racks together, you've got to slide both of those bars on first before you put all these bolts on here. Taking off the bolts is the easy part. The hard part is lifting all that heavy weight, right? Now the trick is to slide this out. That's gonna drop down. We're gonna slide this right out. Then we're gonna slide it out of there, like that. Let this one drop down, like that. And then, I'm gonna put this one in here, like so. Then I'm gonna put this one back on, if I can. Okay, I did that. Woo-hoo-hoo! Now I gotta get it back in this hole. Yeah, baby! Okay, so far so good. Now I gotta get this one up in here. Like that. Like that. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Right? Maybe not as bad as I thought it was. Okay, that's one side down. Let's do the other side. In here. I think we're about 80% done. These top rails here, you see they're on quite an angle. See that? Right? Now that presents a little bit of a problem because here, this is the bar that goes in the front. See, the holes are 90 degrees to the pipe, up and down. I don't know if you can see this, but you see how those holes on the pipes now, because those rails are on a slant, they're not straight up and down. So I think what I'm gonna have to do, if I undo this bolt here, it'll allow this to swivel straight. Let's give this a go. I'm gonna loosen these off here, take them right out, turn this so it's straight up and down, and try and fit that piece on the front. Let's see if we can go get that piece on the front. We'll grab the bolts. I need this guy. Also need that ratchet way over there. Can I reach it? Maybe I can reach it with the GoPro. Oh, I did it. Thank you, GoPro. You're the best, man. And let's take this to the front of the truck and see if we can get that up there. Okay, I'll start on this side. We'll reach over. Okay, so the bolt holes are lining up. So let's get these bolts in. Okay, let's see if my theory is correct. I think it's gonna work. I think my plan might actually be a good one. Yeah, it works. Now this one. Yeah, it's working. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now that we're back here, we're gonna put on this this back rail, and that's this one. Voila! So this is the last one to go on. It's got a little hole back here, and there's a threaded insert in here, and then again these two holes here are gonna line up over here where I'm gonna put the big bolts in. So let's see if this is gonna go on. So that cap's supposed to slide right over like that, which it does. And then I'll pull this one over. Like that. Woohoo! We did it. Okay, let's see if we can get this little bolt in. And it goes in. And then the big bolts, they go in. And the last two bolts, right here, going in. It took a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of customizing, but for the most part, it came together really, 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 really nice. I didn't miss any bolts. There's nothing left over. Not bad for a $500 racking system. See, it overhangs the cab. You see, it comes over just a little bit. And on top of this is gonna be my 23-0-56 walkabout tent. I'll probably have it fold out on the passenger side. Very well-made rack. If you guys decide to buy one of these racks, I totally recommend it. They're awesome. They're cheap. They're made in China, but they're not built cheap. The bolts are fantastic, super heavy duty brackets, really nice steel. Everything is powder coated. If this thing's gonna last me for years. The only thing I can see with this is that there will be a buildup of water inside the pipe from rain, but I'm gonna drill some holes in there. That'll take care of that. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you like what you see, I'll keep making videos. I got lots of cool stuff coming up. Most of my videos are gonna be on outdoor camping, living in the truck, living in the rooftop tent. I'm gonna go over equipment that I'm using. I'm gonna be going over food, just about everything. Places that I'm gonna drive to. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. So I'd love to have you along. Keep following my videos. I got a lot of surprises coming up. You're just gonna love it. It's great stuff. My name's Michael. That's how you put an Erickson truck rack together the proper boy way. Thanks for watching and have yourself a great day.